I'm Rick.
I'm Paul.
I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Ben.
We are Say Never, and you are watching Good Company with Scott Bowling.
Good company!
Hey guys, my name's Scott Bowling and you're watching Good Company. Today we have Say Never, the entire band right here.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Thank you guys for being here. We got Paul, Ben, Jonathan, Rick. So Say Never, how'd you guys form, man? How long has this been going on?
Me and Paul started the project like probably about a year or two ago, like just to start recording, and then we got a band together.
So you and Paul live close by, or like how did you guys?
We live fairly close by. We had a mutual friend who thought that both of our styles would mesh well together. So that friend's name is Tony Ball, and she got us both to actually contact each other. We went over to the Woodstock Steak and Shake,
like any
sat
good guy
down,
would do,
and just mapped out what we wanted, what we didn't want, what our past bands were like, what we wanted to do differently, and then we decided to give it a shot, and this is where we are.
Yeah. So and I've met you, or I've known you before. You were in Throat Punch, a little heavier band. So this kind of direction's a little different from your past.
This is more my mainstream style from Throat Punch, and I've always wanted to do like more of a radio rock type band. And when Tony heard Jonathan and knew that when he was available, that's when she called me. And that was right at the time when Throat Punch was kind of like fizzling out, and it just was right time.
Good timing.
Yeah, it's good timing.
And so we got Ben. Ben, how long you been in the band? It's all together?
I don't know, about a year almost. And I came in late to the game. These guys were all together, all three of them. And I actually met up with Jonathan a long time ago. We were in a band together called Downside.
Yes.
We used to play out quite a bit.
Jonathan's got the tattoo on his arm. Like,
right.
Man, that's like dedication.
I messed up with that, I think.
And then I met Paul out in Rome. We were doing a benefit show out there.
Yeah.
He was with his band Throat Punch at the time. That was the first time I met Paul. And then I met Rick for the first time at his house. And we jammed. So that was pretty cool.
Cool.
It was rock.
Yes, the rock formed.
And dude, Rick has been in all these bands I love, man. Hope's Anchor. How'd you get in the band, Rick? Are you friends with Paul?
No, actually, I didn't know anything about these guys until Billy Gray, he used to do some acoustic shows with these guys.
Yeah.
And I was kind of looking for something, and he mentioned these guys maybe looking for a drummer, and he actually got a hold of me first and said, I've got these songs, would you mind if I send them over to you and just tell me what you think? If you like them, maybe we can get together and play. He sent them to me. I thought they were great.
Yeah.
So we've been playing together ever since.
How does everybody know Billy Gray? Like, it's like he's just
the squirrels
dude.
everywhere.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody
Great
that's
dude.
anybody knows him. Yeah, he's a great guy.
How long you been playing drums for?
Oh gosh, 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's been 40 years.
Was your family like musical? I mean,
No, or supportive. They weren't. Yeah.
Yeah.
They hated it.
Yeah, pretty
the
much.
entire
I started out playing snare drum, and my mom thought it was cute, and my first actual gig was at a shopping mall.
Yeah.
There's a picture out there somewhere of me with a Dutch boy haircut and a three-piece suit playing snare drum with the choir behind me.
Wow.
And then moved on from there and just started playing in cover bands my entire life, all over the place.
And I know you're like friends with Rich and all those guys too, and the Fozzy guys, man.
Yeah.
So I love all the stuff you like post online, and that's amazing. That's really
Well,
cool.
I do work with them, do some stage managing, and it's fun. I go on the road with them. I get to meet a lot of people,
Those are good
hang out
guys.
with a lot of cool people, and you can't be working with a better group of guys than Fozzy. I mean, all family-oriented guys, just all level-headed. It's the best, so.
So, and you guys have a couple of songs now on streaming devices. Talk about your video, Do It Again. Is that your first one, or
Giving Up was the
Giving
first
Up your first one? Okay. So talk about that. Giving Up. That's your first song.
That was the first song that Jonathan and I sat down and actually wrote together, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bought it off eBay.
And
Is it buy it
Worth the
now? Or
$2.
did you
It
bid?
was like $1.50, something like that.
we once we got everybody together and we felt the gel, we decided that we wanted to do a video for that song. And we just started seeing, what do you guys want to do? What do you want to see? Jonathan had a good idea for the actual look of the video. I know Ben and I talked about doing certain lighting for that video. Rick said, oh, I got this guy who's got this place, and maybe we can get Rich Ward to help us too.
Wow.
So that was really cool how that all went down. What do you guys want to add to that?
That Rich helped shoot a lot of it.
Yeah,
And
he
James
a lot of
Caldwell.
camera work.
James Caldwell too, which was an old manager of mine in some old projects.
Yeah.
Really cool.
And
Yeah.
Rich actually ended up mixing it. You know,
Yep.
that was cool. We shot it at Action Church.
He mixed it. He was good.
Oh, that's cool.
He has that eye too with shooting videos for like what to do with different
Right.
lighting and
Yeah.
We
you know,
learned
just
a lot.
moving around, holding a light, just
Great
giving
guy
it,
to have on your team.
giving it movement.
Cut it
Yeah.
out.
Truly, watching his footage, I felt like I was going to school, like learning something, from it, and getting something out of what he contributed. Because he's so experienced. He's been in so
Absolutely.
many bands and projects that had a lot to offer to teach us in that way. But it was really cool of him to reach out like that and help. Man, he's such a great guy. Very thankful for his help.
Very thankful.
Yeah.
One of the coolest guys on the face of the earth.
So where'd you guys
Period.
record these songs at? I mean, was this in Atlanta?
Yeah, we recorded them actually up here near you at Lead Belly Sound Studios.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Matt Washburn did them, and then like we said, we had them mixed, by Rich Ward. But
Both singles.
yeah, we tracked
Both
them.
singles?
Yeah, we tracked them there. We've tracked how many altogether? Like 8, something, 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we got acoustic covers.
Yeah, well,
and
we got, yeah.
acoustic stuff we're gonna release here
Well,
soon. But
was
yeah,
it 9 with the acoustic stuff?
yeah, but we recorded it all up here in like Dawson County,
Dawsonville,
actually,
right?
Dawsonville.
Okay. And that's the new way, right? I mean, just kind of slowly releasing singles, because a lot of bands do that now. I mean, that's kind of come the norm. Is that?
It's like there's no money in music hardly anymore, man. You're just giving it. You're pretty much giving it away.
Are you guys
Yeah.
going to do traditional with CDs and stuff, or just
Down the
stick
road.
Down the
Yeah.
road.
What we're gonna do is release all the. We're trying to do, like what we thought we've always done wrong is not do it like we're trying to release the video and the single at the same time, and just to see how that works because like it used to be just tour, and that's nowadays it's not that great for
It's
us
a little different
at
for
this
a band
point.
trying to.
To get signed or
Right.
whatever, It's not the same as it used to be.
The society today is so instant. Everybody's going on their phone. They're going looking at YouTube. They're looking at a Facebook post or an Instagram post, and they automatically make a decision, and then they forget it and go into something else. So the traditional music industry is really in a bind because they've always made money on sales more so than anything else and touring. And nowadays it's mostly just about touring, is it not?
It is absolutely.
So
Merch.
in my vision, and I told Jonathan this when we sat down at the Steak and Shake, my vision is to utilize the music, make it as good as possible, as catchy as possible, to try to use it as a promotional tool to hopefully get people to come see a show. Because it's like the dinosaur. If you don't change and evolve, you're gonna die.
Yeah, you're going to be grandpa.
And-
yeah.
And it's so different than what it was 5, 10, 15 years ago. I would love for it to be the way it was 15, 20 years ago, but it's just not that way. So that's why we're trying to release singles, videos, try to get as much buzz as possible.
So we can go on tour with
Right.
bands and.
Yeah, it seems like you guys have the great connections. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time.
There's a couple of things in the works that we've been like Billy Gray's band, Tattoo the Scars.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about doing some local shows with them. Getting both bands out there because both bands are brand new and not
Great
known.
band
So
too.
Yeah.
I haven't checked them out yet.
if we can get, it's an excellent band. If we can get that going, that would help things. And we've also
We talked with some
Kicked
bigger
around.
acts,
kicked
Yeah.
around possibly doing an East Coast tour with Fozzy next year.
Oh, that would be amazing.
It would be amazing. I don't know if
That would that would put us to the new level, I hope.
But we're not really telling anybody that yet.
Yeah, no, I don't know if that would ever happen or not, but it's been talked about. So
Be quiet, Scott.
We actually talked about, we recently talked, like I talked to Smile Empty Soul in like 10 years and bands like that and getting some offers out there, you know, so.
Yeah.
We'll be doing some stuff next year for sure. Like,
How do you guys, when you guys get together, how do you guys write? I mean, you guys write as a group? Does somebody write lyrics, music? Is it collaborative? You know, what's that process like?
It's different. Jonathan's the main songwriter, and everything really goes through him. He likes to write in a big group band setting, but we're all ADD. We don't.
However, and you're right. We don't like three don't like that.
Well, we don't
We'd
like
rather
that.
have the idea and let us build around it, and then
Right.
You know.
Oh, good.
The other day he threw one out at us though that we all just started playing, and it was like it's like one of my favorite ones. I cannot wait to get back.
That's the way
That's the way you're supposed to do.
And then 5 minutes later, we had a new song.
But we do have one in the works that's pretty badass that he just threw at us, and we just jumped in and hung on, and it worked. So
Wow. When you guys release music out to the internet, do you have to trademark and all this stuff? Like, what's the story behind that? I mean, do you just you don't just write a new song and throw it up on the web?
We get it all copyrighted, and that's what takes so long is you have to wait for all that and pay for all that, you know, to get it done. Like, you know, a lot of people don't do that. I think.
Yeah, that's why.
So, like it's more just like they release whatever, you know, like.
Yes, I mean it's really easy to record something and put it up on SoundCloud and go on to something
Yeah,
else.
but you want to protect what you got.
Wouldn't that suck to
Wouldn't
that suck to put that up and then go viral and then someone steals it the next day, you know?
Oh, look, Shania Twain's new country song.
I mean, we're trying to do everything as professional as possible. We're trying to act like the record label ourselves, fund everything ourselves, ask for favors, help, advice, guidance from anybody who's been there. It's great to have people like Rich Ward, like Billy Gray, just people we can say, hey, what about this? What do you think about that? And that's what I love.
That's a great
more than anything
attitude.
else.
That's a great attitude. Asking for help and not being too caught up in your own brain, you know, just that's a positive thing, you know.
I think
every time.
I think like the number one the number one thing you can learn in music is just ask. Like a lot of people are scared to ask.
Yeah.
Like so I've never been scared to like write someone and be like, hey, can you
He'll
help
pop up
me?
on the
You
news
know,
in the
like-
morning doing an acoustic thing.
Yeah.
Just, what's
I
Jonathan
saw
doing
that.
on the news?
Yeah. I mean, I've got to do a bunch of crazy stuff just from asking.
That's
Like,
great.
I mean, all you
Football
gotta-
halftime shows.
Yeah, I played the.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
played the
Talk
Saints.
about that.
Yeah, I played the Saints and the Falcons halftime show for the Georgia Lottery, and that was pretty cool.
big deal.
It was like
no big
70.
deal.
It was like the biggest thing probably the biggest thing I ever will do. Honestly, I mean, you know what I mean. Like, it was crazy to hear the roar of like 70-something thousand people. Like,
Were you
it was-
nervous?
I don't.
a big crowd.
I don't really know how to explain. It wasn't really like. It was more like excited than nervous, man. Like it was over before you knew it. You know what I mean? Like it was like sex. It was over before you knew it.
Yeah. Did
Well, for some of
Did you sign any boobs or anything? I mean, there's a lot of
No. I wished. I wished.
So your video, I like what you were telling me earlier. Would do it again. You were talking about like it's a lot of people helping out.
Well, everything that we're doing so far has been a lot of favors. For both videos, Ben has a lot of the equipment, so we're using that as a favor. We're asking people, like we'll do it again. The metal shop was a guy that I
Crazy Dave.
kept riding by on Bells Ferry Road,
He was so awesome.
and I just drove by there one day and I was stuck my head in there and said, "Hey, Dave, what do you think about somebody shooting a music video, rock music video here with maybe some grinding and some welding and some stuff going on?" And his eyes lit up. He was like, "I'm all about it. Just let me know when." So that actually worked out much better than I expected. And the idea that I ended up initially having for having a car and a chick driving, we had a hard time finding a car. And I ended up just hitting up a friend of mine, Dave Bennett, who's a car guy, and he had a Firebird that we were going to use,
Right.
but it wasn't, and operable at the time.
Nice.
So he had this El Camino. I mean, I personally like El Caminos. They're not everybody's cup of tea, and I understand that. But once we got a chance to look at the El Camino, then we needed somebody to drive it.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, well, why don't one of my daughters do it? And I said, okay, that's cool. And
Is she hot?
Yeah, exactly.
it
Yeah.
was like just, it was
got
like
some
laying
Instagram
out.
How old is
going
she?
on,
Like,
so-
yeah, clarify that because
She had, from what he told me, she had just turned 16. So
Driving a 427 El Camino.
with the
Yeah, that's
with the
pretty
racing
cool car.
transmission,
Recipe.
it chirped in third gear. So I mean,
That's how the video shoot ended. Actually, is
Oh,
she got pulled over.
Oh, really?
And so that we had to cut the shoot that night.
Yeah.
Because of that. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
so that was all real. The people in the neighborhood were complaining about somebody racing a red El Camino up and down the street. That's not what was going on, but that's why the cops came and shut us down.
Yeah.
But we were able to get a lot of good footage, learned a lot of good, cool tricks from Rich Ward, what to do with the camera, shaking, whatever, just make things action. Actually, the Do It Again video makes a lot of people sick when they look at it
Epileptic.
because it's
Really? You
makes
heard
them-
feedback like that?
Yeah.
Well, when it was first done, it was a little more chaotic than it
Yeah.
is now. It was like you couldn't focus on any one scene, and it's just learning. You know. It's,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
You
so
live and learn.
yeah.
He fixed it, and now you can actually focus on a scene and get a storyline going and see what's happening with the video. It's,
True.
Yeah, I mean, everybody had a hand in that video, one way, shape, or form. Whether it's with equipment, production, idea, change of idea, making a phone call, doing editing, having programs to do that with, whatever. So it was definitely a team effort.
Yeah.
I'm really
Mr. Lawrence here did
Yeah.
put in more effort than anybody else. He's kind of not patting himself on the back enough. But
Yeah.
he really
Oh, did
put
he?
in a lot of work. Yeah, he edited the entire thing.
Oh, wow. You
So,
edited. Wow.
That's right.
I'm
Yeah,
really
both of
proud
them,
of it.
while
I
us
really
three
am.
are texting him every other day. Is it
Yeah.
done yet? Is it done yet?
Why are you so slow?
Have you ever edited anything before? I mean,
I'm learning. I'm learning on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, a lot of-
so there's a lot of learning curve going on, and who the hell knows if it's done right? I don't know.
Yeah.
It just looked okay.
Yeah, looks great.
And then obviously, if I had problems with how to bounce things down or render it, I'd call Ben and say, "Hey, what am I supposed to be doing here? What if I want to do this effect? What do I do?" So there's a lot of help on that end, but
I've
it's,
done a little bit of editing before.
yeah, it's like everything else. I mean, nobody can do everything, so everybody's got to come together.
Yeah, work together.
With whatever abilities they have or ideas or whatnot, it all comes together. So like I said, I'm real proud of that video just because it was a team effort and it took so many different people putting their lives on hold to help us try to get this creation that I think came out pretty good.
Wow, that's a blessing, man, having that backup team behind you.
So that was
Very
that was
thankful
cool.
to have everybody helping us out. There's
Yeah.
been so many cool people really along the
Yeah.
way.
Hopefully that trend continues.
We actually got another. We have our third video shot, but
Oh,
we're
it's
still
already done?
editing, and it's going to be an acoustic cover, like of Wild Horses from the Rolling Stones.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we've got that one shot already. We just got one more scene to shoot, so like we're gonna have that out next, I think.
You guys need to get some Nathan Mowery next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Film
we need to
some
get some
videos.
money.
We need to get some
Mr.
money.
Nathan.
I know, yeah.
He's on there. These.
Maybe ask for a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
comes with some zeros.
I mean,
attached.
we've been really surprised, like about like on Facebook, our views, like we've got almost like 250,000 views on both videos, and
That's
that's amazing.
insane,
Like
dude.
for nobody's, like
That's
you
just
know what I mean?
spreading.
Like,
It's been really
and it just
good.
took off,
Yeah.
man. We haven't paid one bit for promotion or anything. We actually what we've done is we individually message our friends, and we'll be like, "Will you please post this or
Share it.
share it if you will?"
Oh,
and
that's
like,
great.
That's
idea.
what's actually helped. You know, like another just ask people and then they'll help you. You know, like so we've learned a lot the last two videos. You know, I think we'll do a lot within the next year, like more than we ever dreamed of.
Dude, I'm looking forward to that.
We've got the Georgia State Fair coming up. Is it gonna
Yeah,
be a show?
October the 4th.
Yeah.
We're playing the Georgia State Fair. I don't.
Down at
This is the
Lattimore
Lattimore
Speedway.
Speedway.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
How long do you guys? How long's your set gonna be? Do they give you a
Just like an hour, like 45 minutes.
That's-
45
an
minutes
hour.
to an
That's
hour.
awesome.
Yeah, I actually helped book the whole show. I got booked all
For
the
that day.
bands that night. for
So
that
if you
day.
come out to the show, you'll get to hear some Say Never music that you haven't heard yet.
Yeah, that's true.
And you guys have like merch too, right? You have shirts and stuff. Do you have
We
a
have the
website?
coolest merch at
we really
sayneverband.com.
Who puts your merch together?
This guy right here is
Yeah.
the artist. He's a badass artist.
Do you see this? Do you see this right here?
Oh, the shirt.
Do you see this right here?
Is that on the website?
Not
Yeah.
yet. We can do that.
we gotta get your permission.
Hell yeah.
We did a show.
That's good.
We opened up for Artemis Pyle
yeah.
at,
Oh,
at the
Lyrics
Action
Good,
Building
yeah.
in Canton.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And it was a Burns tribute show. And it's funny, they didn't do any merch. We did merch. Rich was like, "Go ahead if you want to do it."
Yeah.
I was like dumbfounded at how much we sold. I couldn't.
Really?
What was it like?
Yeah.
I mean, $700 bucks,
remember.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Almost
700, 800
$800
bucks, something like that.
I could not believe my eyes. It was-
We had people, dude. It was this one couple like bought like 2 of everything. I was like, God, like what?
Oh,
we're
that's
we're not that good, you know. Like
so it was
We're gonna get that guy.
Yeah.
those 2 people bought all $800 worth of merch. I think.
But the way the way the
it
merch
was
game
crazy,
goes,
actually.
the way the merch game goes for local bands or upcoming bands is you better have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have
You
it,
need something tangible.
yeah, somebody's got to be able to take something home.
Exactly. And
or at
shirts
least
are selling like
offer it.
crazy. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you have something that looks good, they want to wear it. It just gets your name out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Paul does a good job at the graphic art.
Excellent job. There's
He's
a
a
couple
great
T-shirts
artist,
that
too.
we've got coming out that I'm like stoked for.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not the greatest artist in the world by no stretch of the imagination. I just really love creating the brand and putting things together. That's one of the first things I told Rick when I first met him. He was asking just background and what my thought was going forward. I said, I just want to create the brand and get that out there. And that's the one thing that I just stumbled upon, just doing that, creating that brand. A lot of musicians, they don't understand that. I mean, this day and age, you got to show that you're bigger than
It
what
is a
you are. There's a lot of
brand,
a lot of smoke and mirrors involved. And
I agree.
it's teamwork. I mean, I'll come up with an idea that I think is great, show these guys or the wives or whatever, and it gets poo-pooed. So it's a team effort all the way around.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, I'll probably from this day forward start coming up with designs and ship them over to Scott and see how he likes it. Just another sounding board to bounce something off of.
Absolutely. Makes sense.
I
And
tell
that's-
him everything sucks. That's what I say.
Yeah, normally.
Yeah,
really
pretty
does.
much. Pretty
Does he?
much. I just try to put the fire in him. You know what I mean? I'll be
But,
like, that's cool.
but it's weird.
that
Sometimes
sucks,
I
man.
hit home runs.
I have to tell him to quit picking on Paul all the time.
Does yeah?
Sometimes I hit home runs.
He's a bass player.
Yeah.
This is,
When I came up with this shirt idea, it was a home run.
it was.
Yeah, that
It was
fun.
a-
That was fun.
Indeed, that's pretty strong.
And I didn't even know it was on your shirt. I'm just making eye contact. Hey,
Hey, the sexy beast looking at the sexy beast.
Don't get a big head or anything.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm excited about what's coming though.
Yeah,
I
what's
think,
coming up, man?
We're just writing. We're gonna be writing, and I also
More
got a
videos.
friend. I got a friend that I'm gonna be writing some with too. Like his name's Jim Plunkett, and he lives like up in Pennsylvania, and he's a good songwriter.
So you don't
Lyricist,
mind
yeah.
collaborating with other songwriters?
No, I love that.
Love that.
That's
I love
good.
that. Makes the job easier on us. It's like karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, we collaborated with Billy Gray on
Man.
Do It Again.
Oh, he did the solo on that song is just ripping.
Yeah, just rips. And that was just all from saying, "Hey, Billy, would you like to do it?" It just takes a simple question. A lot of musicians that I've been around, sometimes are a little hesitant about asking people or wanting to step on people's toes. But what's the worst I can say? No, get out of my face.
Just ask.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
gotta
man,
ask.
that's like your thing.
Billy's such a cool guy. He actually
Billy's
played
awesome.
that show with us, the Artemis Pyle show.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
He was up on stage with us, rocking.
Yeah, and Fozzy played that night too, right? So that was,
No.
Not really
They
Fozzy.
didn't
It was
play?
Rich Ward and Chris Jericho were there
Right.
and
Oh,
with
okay.
guests.
Like a cover band.
It's like an all-star kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Frank was the only one who wasn't there.
I think Ben Powell and his wife and
Yeah, Randy Drake was there.
Randy Drake. Yeah.
So how do you guys feel like the older you get? How do you feel about touring and stuff? I mean, it's kind of hard, right? When you know you have a lifestyle. I mean, families and everything. It's
I love touring.
Well, it depends on how we're going to go about doing it. Like, if it's going to be months at a time, then yeah, it's just not a doable thing. It's not anything that we're trying to get. If it's something that's maybe a couple
Like
weeks
weekends?
at a time,
Yeah.
you know, or even start out on a week run, which is what most bands I think are doing
Yeah.
now. You know, they're not doing the big long.
Until it's financially viable for us to do
Right.
something
Right, unless
on a bigger
they're
level
well
than that.
established and
No, that
have a
makes total
huge
sense.
following, you know.
Yeah.
But you got to start. Yeah, it's just the whole baby steps thing. You know, you got to
Got
crawl
a lot
before you
more.
can run.
We got a lot more obligations the older you get. You got
Exactly.
mortgages, you got car
Families
payments, you got
Back
child
pain.
support, whatever.
Back pain.
And
yeah.
you have a dream. So you have to figure out a way to try to balance that and keep the wife happy too. And that's the tough part. But there's got to be a way to do it.
It's called divorce.
Not an
just
option
joking.
for me.
Yeah.
Me either. It's too expensive.
But it's tough. But the good part about that is if you understand and you utilize any promotional tools that you can, especially with the videos or the music or asking people to play on your song or whatnot, just for a little bit extra exposure or whatnot, all that comes together.
it does help.
It definitely helps. So when you get ready to go play a show and you put some promotional money into it, then hopefully more people will see it and come buy some merch. Because that's the only way you can really start from the ground up like we are.
Ultimately, like our goal is to get the name and the brand out and our music out to everybody. I mean, they can make their choice about if they like the music or not, but we want everybody to hear it so they can decide. And so that's really our ultimate goal, is just to let everybody hear it.
Oh, totally. All right, so what's next for you guys? I mean, you guys writing? You gonna go work on new songs, new album?
Yeah, we're working on some new music. We just
You gonna
banged
put it
out one
fully?
the other day at rehearsal, and we're gonna make some new videos. We got there's gonna
a
be
bunch of different little ideas.
yeah, we have a video.
Would you
coming
guys
up
do a
in
vinyl?
Florida,
I mean,
so.
that's pretty pricey,
that would-
right? Doing that.
I think it is.
It
Yeah.
costs a pretty
Yeah.
good bit. Like,
It's so cool though.
It's very cool.
I'd love to have one just to hang on the wall. You know? Like all these you have.
Yeah,
like
just have a
everywhere,
gold.
Like all your, I want a gold record. Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, hopefully we can have
can.
enough singles and videos and stuff to have a collection and actually put it on a vinyl or CD or download as a full album or whatnot, and maybe throw in some behind the scenes demos or whatever with that.
Alternative
just
mixes like the one
yeah,
from Rob. Yeah.
extra different edit mixes or whatnot, acoustic songs, acoustic
Yeah, yeah.
versions. What
yeah.
I always look at it as, if I was a fan, what would I think was cool? What would I like to see a band do? And that's how I make a lot of my decisions. When
Well,
it
ultimately,
comes,
we really are fans too. So
well, we
Yeah.
are.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I would always hate when bands would not be social. If you saw them at a show, even if it's a little club show, they just either had so much going on and they just didn't care,
Yeah.
or they.
You remember that stuff too. Yeah.
yes.
Like
Yeah,
bad
absolutely.
taste.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we're going to try not to do. Try to be really involved in the fans. If they take time out of their life to come talk to us or come to a show, we just have to.
Nobody's a rock star. We're all grateful.
Well, it's like Jericho
Stick to
says,
our
you gotta,
fans.
if you have fans that are there to see you, you have to give a person their time. You know what I mean? Give them their shot, their one shot, because it's like
Even
you said,
if you're in a bad mood, you're not
Either
feeling good.
good or
it's like
bad,
that's
they're
part
gonna
of the-
remember.
That's part of the gig.
Good
you know?
point, yeah.
So.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a tough game. There's a lot of great bands in the Atlanta area. There's a lot of great musicians, and there's a lot of competition.
yeah, it's saturated for sure.
Yeah.
And it's tough. I mean, because a fan has a lot of options, and you just want to try to give them something really good to look at and to hear and to explore a little bit further. So that's what we're trying to do, very slowly, because we don't have any kind of funding or backing.
If you want to back us or fund
So
us,
if you're really rich, and,
Yeah.
saynevermusic.com.
Yeah,
We sell
My
merch.
phone number is
Yeah.
no, it's fine.
Like you said, saynevermusic or sayneverband.com.
sayneverband.com.
We got merchandise up there you can buy.
Man,
And
Miller Lite, man.
Yeah, I gave you one. I didn't.
I had one Miller
You
Lite.
drank it really fast though.
Yeah.
It was like, you didn't,
The beer
Can't
bomb.
take him anywhere.
It was the beer bomb, man.
must have been.
and soon we'll have this shirt up there.
yes, for sale.
For sale.
Dude, this is perfect. I'm gonna get my wife and kids one. They probably won't wear it.
Make them wear it to school.
It
First
would
day.
really look.
Wear it to work.
Yeah, it would really look good as a ornament hanging from the Christmas tree.
Oh man, that's the best.
Air
That would be
freshener.
really good.
Air freshener.
Coffee
Yes.
mugs for sure.
Coffee mugs, yeah.
We can do that.
It's awesome.
We can definitely do that.
We really
Guys,
appreciate you
I
having
appreciate you
us.
guys having me on here, man. I'm having me on here. Having you guys on my show. What am I talking about?
Thanks for coming out, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, brother.
We really appreciate it, seriously.
I appreciate it.
Means a lot
Thank
to
you.
us.